Officials with the FDA have increased safety concerns over an experimental rheumatoid arthritis drug developed by Eli Lilly & Co. and Incyte Corp., Reuters reported. According to the article, FDA staffers stated the drug, baricitinib, poses severe dangers of deadly blood clots in higher dosages, a threat that had not been observed in other therapies. Reuters reported that the security information submitted by the manufacturer raised questions as to whether the higher 4 mg dose provides added advantages. An expert panel on Thursday unanimously recommended that the FDA approve a new marijuana-based drug for 2 rare forms of epilepsy, Stat reported. According to the article, Epidiolex manufacturer, GW Pharmaceuticals, is seeking its approval to treat Lennox-Gastaut and Dravet syndromes. The FDA Advisory Committee voted 13-0 to recommend the drug for approval, and the agency is expected to announce its decision by the end of June, the article noted.
A U.S. study indicates that improving overall heart health may reduce the risk of atrial fibrillation, Reuters reported. According to Reuters, the tool in the study awarded 1 point for performing well with regards to each of the 7 modifiable risk factors for heart disease. The study followed middle-aged men and women for approximately 25 years and found that those who stuck most closely to a list of 7 heart-healthy practices were more than 60% less likely to develop atrial fibrillation, according to the article.
Maintenance therapy in adults with chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy (CIDP), to prevent relapse of neuromuscular disability and impairment.
Limitation of use. Maintenance therapy in CIDP has been systematically studied for 6 months and for a further 12 months in a follow-up study. Continued maintenance beyond these periods should be individualized based on patient response and need for continued therapy.
Warning: thrombosis may occur with immune globulin products, including Ecentra. Risk factors may include advanced age, prolonged immobilization, hypercoagulable conditions, history of venous or arterial thrombosis, use of estrogens, indwelling vascular catheters, hyperviscosity, and cardiovascular risk factors.
For patients at risk of thrombosis, administer Ecentra at the minimum dose and infusion rate practicable. Ensure adequate hydration in patients before administration. Monitor for signs and symptoms of thrombosis and assess blood viscosity in patients at risk for hyperviscosity.
Ecentra is contraindicated in patients with a history of anaphylactic or severe systemic reaction to human immune globulin, IG, or components of Ecentra, e.g., polysorbate 80, as well as in patients with immunoglobulin A deficiency with antibodies against IgA and a history of hypersensitivity. Because Ecentra contains L-proline as stabilizer, use in patients with hyperprolinemia is contraindicated. IgA-deficient patients with anti-IgA antibodies are at greater risk of severe hypersensitivity and anaphylactic reactions. Thrombosis may occur following treatment with IG products, including Ecentra.
Monitor patients for aseptic meningitis syndrome, AMS, which may occur following treatment with IG products, including Ecentra. In patients at risk of acute renal failure, monitor renal function, including blood urea nitrogen, serum creatinine and urine output. In addition, monitor patients for clinical signs of hemolysis or pulmonary adverse reactions, e.g., transfusion-related acute lung injury, TRALI.
Ecentra is manufactured by CSL Behring AG and distributed by CSL Behring LLC. Ecentra is a registered trademark of CSL Behring AG. Biotherapies for a Life is a registered trademark of CSL Behring LLC.